What's up, everybody? Renfail here, back again for another Baldur's Gate 3 quick tip where we dive into our favorite CRPG from Larian Studios and uncover all the little things that help make the game fun and cover all the little things that folks who might be new to the game or new to Dungeons and Dragons don't know. So, without further ado, let's dive into the episode. Reactions are a huge part of combat. It specifically tells you here reactions respond to events and triggers even outside of your turn. You can toggle them on or off, and whether they automatically trigger or ask for input. What's really important here, and the mistake to avoid, is that you don't always necessarily want to have these things happening without you knowing that they're taking place, because sometimes they're going to burn up a spell slot, but not always. So if we look at this here, opportunity attack is something that everybody gets. It attacks an enemy moving out of your reach. And you'll notice that some of these are toggled on so that it's prompting me. The game is going to pause and ask for my input. It's going to ask me, do I want to do this or do I want to not do this? I leave opportunity attacks off because I always want to do additional damage to enemies if they're moving out of my reach. I always at least want to make that attempt, and I don't need the game to ask me if I want to do that. This one, on the other hand, we could probably turn this one off. I just got this one recently. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. This is Indomitable with Lae'zel. So whenever I fail a saving throw, I'm going to roll again using the new result instead. But these two, I want it to be toggled on. I want it to ask me when something is triggered here. So this one is Shield. When you're about to be hit by an enemy, you can choose to increase your armor class by 5, and you basically can become immune to magic missile, which is freaking amazing. And when this happens in combat, you're going to get a pop-up window that says, hey, do you want to shield yourself? And then it's going to give you an option between shield level 1 or shield level 2. Now, the important thing here is to understand that if I know that whatever the mob or the enemy is attacking me with is going to be something that I might have a high resistance against, or it's going to be something that's only going to do 5 or 6 hit points and I've got 127 hit points, I'm going to choose to just ignore that and not burn up a spell slot and just let that attack happen. Similarly, if I look at Gale as an example and we go over to him and we bring up his reactions tab, things like Counterspell, those start at level 3, so if I'm not careful, I can very quickly burn up a bunch of level 3, level 4, or level 5 spell slots, which means I won't be able to cast any fireballs because I don't have any spell slots left because I've been interrupting spells throughout the combat encounter. And so this is another scenario where if I see a spell that is incoming, it asks me to counter it, and I see that it's a weak spell that's only going to do a few hit points. It's not really going to bother my party that much. I'm just going to choose to ignore the counter spell, and I'm going to save that for the big things. If someone's trying to cast a fireball in my group, as an example, I'm going to say, not on my watch, and counter it accordingly. So it's important to understand that everybody gets some form of reactions. Everybody's going to get the opportunity attack, but then things like, as an example, I have a shield on Shadowheart, which has this reaction on it, and it doesn't burn up anything when it does, but it's really cool because I can actually turn that off, actually. It prompts the person who just attacked me to either make a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. And if you were watching the live stream from the other day when I went up against the Displacer Beasts in the Gauntlet of Shar, I kept knocking the Displacer Beast down over and over and over because it was prompting shield blow. It was really cool. And then this one is the Divine Strike, which is going to do additional poison damage. And so it might ask me whether or not I want to do this. And the key here is, like, is the mob immune to poison? And that's the reason I've kept this turned on, is because if I know that something is immune to poison, I might choose to just not have that go off. But that's how you do reactions. It's important to understand that some of these burn spell slots, so you don't want to burn your spell slots by accident. Make sure you toggle these accordingly based on the classes that you're playing. Well, there you have it, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed today's quick tip for Baldur's Gate 3. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. We are live every day at 11 a.m. Central. Don't forget the Discord. Links are down below. Support with memberships if you can. We'll see everybody in the next episode. Until then, stay safe and happy gaming.